how they were all being nice. Like, you're lucky we found it. So two noble, honest Boston guys. And then at the end, they just threatened them. They said, Boston, you can't fall to terrorism right here. You're not going to let these guys win. You got to beat them. Don't give in. Don't let these guys get anything.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I got to say, that's intriguing. I don't know a bunch about baseball, but that sounds pretty intriguing. All right. So, penultimate topic. Dwayne Wade won last season in Miami. So Dwayne Wade's coming back for a last run. I think he's going to do it Kobe-esque. I kind of don't like it. Dwayne Wade's washed up. At least Kobe could still do sort of Kobe things even though he's injured. Dwayne Wade's a rotational player. He's not fantastic. I don't know. I think he should have hung it up.
Yeah, he's ready to hang it up, but he just wants that last send-off. He wants all the presents from every team. I'm excited to see everyone give him a little retirement gift. Chicago's going to give him – I don't know what Chicago's going to give him, but it's going to be exciting to see.
I don't think Chicago likes him. I think he caused mutiny with Jimmy Butler.
They're going to just give him like shit.
No, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I like that he's with the Heat and it's his time. And last year I guess wasn't the typical send off, but I felt like he got it. He should have retired. He shouldn't have left the Heat. He should have signed some contract and retired with the Heat and been done.
I hate those things. I'm glad he's doing one more season.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, now the topic that Mikey doesn't know about, and I'm about to start it up right now. So, LeBron James tweeted out a picture today confirming Space Jam 2 is in production, and I want to know what you think about Space Jam 2 being in production, but more importantly, LeBron James headlining it, as I know you are someone who is not the fondest of LeBron.
As a fan of the Space Jam original, with the greatest player to ever play basketball, Michael Jordan, and Sean Bradley being number 2, of course, this is an outrage. You're ruining Space Jam. This is going to be the worst sequel of all time. There's been some great movies that have had sequels. Rocky, The Mighty Ducks. That's the only movies I've ever watched, so I can't tell you any other movies. But LeBron ruining Space Jam, it's an outrage. They should have put a noble basketball player in there. Someone like Carmelo Anthony, Kevin Durant, Kevin Murray.
I like how
anyone with nobility. But you put this clown in there, this hack, he probably can't even act. So what? He had 20 seconds in that one movie. I can't remember what the movie was. It had Amy Schumer in it.
Trainwreck.
Stranger Things?
Trainwreck.
Stranger Things. Yes, thanks, Matt.
I like to hear it. You know what? I got to say, I'm excited about it. Another thing I want to talk about with this is I looked up Space Jam because I don't know, I do that type of thing. And its score on Rotten Tomatoes right now is like 35%. And I was like, that is such bullshit. And I looked up the ratings and stuff, and people were talking about like, oh, it didn't have this and didn't have that. And it's like, that was one of the greatest fucking sports movies ever. And it was so formative for my childhood, and it was fantastic. And just because you're a critic, you're looking at everything and being like, oh, their color palette was off. It's like, dude, screw you. That was one of the greatest movies ever. I was surprised. I thought it was going to be 99%.
Space Jam introduced me to R. Kelly as a kid.
Oh, that's not good. Not a lot of kids want to be introduced to R. Kelly.
It was my first interaction with R. Kelly.
Oh, God.
It was a good one. I really enjoyed R. Kelly's singing in that.
All right, well.
What was that movie you said LeBron was in?
Trainwreck.
Yes, you're right. Every movie with LeBron is going to be a train wreck. Moving on.
All right. I think that wraps it up for our quick hitter topics. It turned out a good one. We went through a couple good topics. If you guys want any topics to be covered, please tweet at us at Slurword Sports on Twitter, and we'll cover them in next week's quick topics. All right, next we have power ranking, and this week Mikey and I are power ranking quarterbacks that best bad quarterbacks or quarterbacks you want backing up your starter when they go down. How do you want to do this, Mikey? You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
All right, and we're going to snake draft it?
No, let's just go back and forth.
All right, back and forth. All right, my number 5. And this one's kind of based on he's a legend and you got to put him in here. it's going to be Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler might not win you some games, and honestly, if he does win you some games, it's not like he cares about it. But Jay Cutler's a backup. He is a guy that knows how to throw the ball, and he deserves to be on this list because Jay Cutler has filled this role incredibly since he's come into the league. So my number 5 is Jay Cutler.
My number 5, it's got to be the clipboard Jesus, Charlie Whitehurst.
That's a good one.
The greatest backup probably to ever play the game. Once he got in the game, a train wreck. But seeing that flow, on the bench, man, it really did something to me, and it made me really appreciate the backup quarterback position.
All right. So now my turn for 4. My number 4 is going to be Brian Hoyer. One of these guys that he gets in the game and teams seem to like him as quarterback. Not their starting quarterback, their backup quarterback. Because he's always on a team. But somehow, I can't remember a game he's won. So I think Brian Hoyer's must be a great locker room guy. Because he's always on a team, but never winning games. So Brian Hoyer is my number 4.
Did Brian Hoyer win a game with the Browns?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. I feel like the game they won was Johnny Manziel, actually.
It was, but my number 4, I'm going to branch this off, but it's going to be Lamar Jackson. But the other one's just going to be just backup rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So you got to have your rookie.
I understand.
So whenever someone goes down, like Baker just did what he did tonight, you got to have that one guy. We put him in, we're winning games. It's gives you hope. It just gives you hope. Lamar Jackson's my guy. Everyone's going to say, oh, he's a winner. He's going to replace him. He's a winner. He does this. He can run. He can throw it okay. And it's just a little glimpse of hope.
I like that. And that's got the hopeful factor. Like a lot of these people on the list, you kind of are like, he's in the game. But with Lamar Jackson and rookie quarterbacks, you're like, hey, maybe he's really good. I like it. All right. So I'm on, what am I on, 3?
Yeah.
3, and my number 3, interesting pick. My number 3 is going to be Mark Sanchez.
Good one.
The reason he's my number 3 is he's definitely not going to win you any games. He's not doing anything for you, but he's going to get some buzz, and he's going to at least make it enjoyable. It's kind of difficult because if you are a fan of the team that is playing Mark Sanchez, you're like, fuck, we're playing Mark Sanchez. That is our quarterback. But for everyone else, it's great. You're like, hey, did you hear? They're playing Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez is throwing the ball for them. So that's why he's my number 3.
It's also cool to have Mark Sanchez on the sidelines because you don't know how many hot dogs he could eat on the sideline.
That's true.
Ate one this week? Is he not?
Yeah.
It's just really exciting.
That's true. A lot of entertainment value from him.
All right, my number 3, Kyle Orton.
Ooh, that's
He's got the sleeves. He's got the whole sleeve look. He's got the terrible haircut, the big mole. He's always a backup. He's never a good starter. If he does start, his team's going 6-10 that year.
He looks like a backup, yeah.
He's a legitimate backup. He was a backup's backup. He was meant to be. That's just where he's meant to be. Kyle Orton, great career. If they had a Hall of Fame for backup quarterbacks, he'd be in it.
All right. So my number 2 is going to be Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'll say he's the template for the number 2 where he backs up someone good and he comes in the game, you're like, hey, he can do something. Jimmy G got the look of a quarterback, just extremely handsome guy, can move the ball around. He is a backup if you feel comfortable if he's your backup. And he only missed out on my number 1 spot for one reason. All right, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is going to be Ronnie Brown.
Oh.
If your quarterback goes down, you just start running the Wildcat.
Yeah.
Completely forget about it. You run Ronnie Brown at the Wildcat. He invented the Wildcat. Him and Soprano, the late Soprano. That's his name, right? Soprano?
I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
But anyway, rest in peace.
Yeah, we know what you're talking about.
They invented the Wildcat. You put Ronnie Brown in, you don't even need a quarterback. You're like, you know what? We're just doing the Wildcat all game. We're just
going to run it. We're just going to run it.
Try and stop us.
All right, my number 1.
A great offense starts with ground and pound. I don't know. I messed up that saying. I'll come back to what that saying.
My number 1 is going to be none other than Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles. He gets this because He has the potential to be way better than your starting quarterback. He's won a Super Bowl. He's thrown for 7 touchdowns in a game. He's done all this and the other, but he is comfortable as the backup. He's the guy you want. If I knew Nick Foles was my backup, I'd be like, I kind of hope my quarterback gets injured. Just because he's going to come in, he's going to make things happen. Nick Foles is the best quarterback you want as your backup.
All right. I'm going to hit you with a little history lesson here, Matt.
Okay.
There was a time, this is my number one. There was a time when there was another quarterback in New England. His name was Drew Bledsoe.
I know who you're going to say. I knew you were going to go for that.
His name was Drew Bledsoe. And everyone told Bill Belichick that this young Drew Bledsoe fellow, he's going to win you a Super Bowl. But did anyone realize that the guy that was going to win him the Super Bowl was on the bench, a backup quarterback from Michigan? His name was Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
Is that really his name?
Yeah, I just looked it up.
Oh, jeez. 4 names. That's rough.
Yeah. But anyway, a little guy from Michigan, 6th-round quarterback. Did you know that? He was drafted in the 6th round. No one believed in him.
I know.
Have you seen him run? He can't run. He doesn't know how to run.
That's true. Or catch.
or catch. But he went on to be the greatest quarterback of all time, and he was a backup. They said Michael Jordan got cut from his basketball team. Thomas Brady got drafted in the 6th round. He can't run or catch. You can do anything.
Okay. I agree. Greatest backup of all time, Tom Brady. But you also got to, Tom Brady's not – he's a starter. He's a starter.
He was a backup his whole life until he got that one moment.
That's true. All right. Well, that wraps it up for power rankings. Well, I guess I'll honorable mention Matt Schaub, Rex Grossman, Teddy Bridgewater. That's a good one. Teddy Bridgewater.
Chase Daniels.
Yeah. Chase Daniel, AJ McCarron. That's a great
AJ McCarron's a good one.
So, we got some honorable mentions in there.
Luke McCown. I should have said Luke McCown. McCown was
I almost said Luke McCown just for because he's just a good-looking guy. You know what I mean? He just looks like a quarterback.
Trevor Siemian because he has a really good name.
Yeah, but
it's like semen. Get it?
I get it. All right, so that wraps it up for our power ranking. All right, so for our next segment, we're going to do our pick'ems for the NFL this upcoming week. We know that the New York Jets at Cleveland Brown.
If you still can't take this game, I would take the Browns -3.
Yeah. Also, I would like to say that these lines are as of, I believe, Tuesday. So these are the opening lines. These are not the current lines.
Do you want the current lines?
What?
Do you want the current lines?
No, I like these.
Okay.
Well, I guess we can do the current lines some other time, but I already wrote these down.
Okay.
All right. So we're starting off the Saints versus the Falcons. Falcons are at -3 right now. I think, I'd probably take the Saints in this one, but, Saints and Falcons, 2 good things. 2 people going to air it out. I think the Saints are going to end up with the win.
No. First off, this is a rivalry game going down on Sunday. Big-time rivalry game. It's the rivalry of the NFC South. This is what football is meant to be. I don't know if you've watched the Saints the last 2 weeks. They look like trash. They can't play defense on anyone. They're getting lit up. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Mohamed Sanu, they're going to destroy them. The Falcons just beat a really good Carolina team last week. They're going to light up the Saints, lock it in, put all your money on this game because the Falcons are covering.
I'm expecting week 1 Saints to show up. The Browns have a very good pass rush. They neutered Drew Brees.
The week 1 Saints got lit up by Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, and how many yards did Drew Brees throw for? That's what I think he's going to do. And I would take Fitzmagic over Matt Ryan at this point.
No, you wouldn't.
After week 1, I think I would. I think I would after week 1. Not on a day-to-day basis, but after week 1. I'm thinking it's going to be I think Drew Brees is going to outthrow Matt Ryan. That's what I think it's going to be. It's going to be a quarterback battle.
All right, whatever. You're dumb. You're an idiot. Whatever.
We'll see. There could be a reckoning to come next podcast.
Okay.
All right, so next up we got San Francisco at Kansas City. Kansas City at -5, and I gotta say, -5 is, I guess kind of a lot to be thrown in the NFL. But I take Kansas City on this one. -5. I think they destroy San Francisco.